So quickly try to make this recording this morning. It's PESACH, SHENI, and SHAVUAH TOVE, okay? And we just wanted to say that to you too. Now, basically, this is what has been revealed to us from all the things that we've seen, and basically, all of our gifts come from our beloved God, who's God alone. And so we want to say that to you again. Um, it seems to me, and it seems that what we see here is that the other day when all those things happened, we told you what they're going to try to do. Something happened. I don't really know what happened, but one of the places that we have, that's ours, one of our banks, and I don't know what happened, but it seems like that something, the place where the woman kept my card and my number bank account, and then the card, and didn't give it back because she said she kept our card, and it seems she never returned it to the other bank that we own. Basically, so we just want to let you know that too. And it was after I set up by our beloved family Rothschild's banking house, and I was asleep and everything, and after what happened, when we showed you the tore up pants and everything, that woman, man, had bragged about that it would kill me out in the open, and nobody would be all the wiser, and that it would accuse me of something and be able to shoot me in front of everybody. Basically said it's Impostuous Charles. That's who it was with. It was Impostuous Charles. So basically, we just want to let you know that too. And so something happened, and then when I went into our beloved Royal Manor store, also ours, there's a guard. There's a man that started a ruckus. I had knocked something down. They said maybe I did, but it was yesterday. I didn't pick it up. I just went to use the bathroom, and so they tried to start trouble. A customer basically said with the employee, and the employees know that I own part of the store. Basically said, and the employee called security, and the security, and security person that I've seen that had problems, and then now he just says, "Who are you? Who are you?" like that, and so they know that we're part, that we own it. We're part owners. I'm part owner. So make a long story short, and then the women downstairs, we were told that they caught them with irregularities, and they were doing stuff. They caught them doing things that didn't seem right. The security that hides and watches, and there was something wrong with security that was doing. They said, "What?" Asking me personal questions about my family and things like that, and basically my house where I live. Basically, the woman was trying to find out because I was told that she tried to do something. They told her to do something to us, and she had already tried to do something. Basically, said that's why she was there. They were trying to steal. This is it, and they've been caught, and they're going to be dealt with. Basically, they said, and and they told her, basically, you're wrong. This is the owner, and she didn't do anything. You did something to her, and basically said you did something to her family, and basically said, and so they're really criminal. So and it's like even the Bruno person, he seemed like he had a brother, but he never acknowledged his brother. He never, after we don't see his brother anymore, something happened, and he acts like it didn't exist. But they even made a comment about they would steal a lump sum and then leave and have them figure out after they were gone what happened. Basically, they made comments like that. So they threatened what they were going to take and what they're going to try to do to our company. It's a small company, basically, and they threatened like that. And so long story short, so perhaps all of those involved, including the man at the at the at the um at the bank, the other bank that we own, because he tried to knock the smartphone, like he wanted to knock the smartphone out of my hand after we showed you the pants set, the one that said it shoot me out in the open, accused me of a crime and just shoot me and then get away with it. Basically said because it was trying to be in our places, it and Apostle Charles. Basically said, so we just want to let you know that too. So I had told the police, I said, and I told the police, because some police said they were sorry they got caught trying to do bad things. They said some police were trying to help the bad people in our Migros store. I'm sure that they all were trying to do stuff to what they said. And when I was kidnapped during the kidnap abduction, the man in the Lufthansa bank heist movie that we showed you, the one that was shooting everybody, he was involved in my kidnap abduction. They said no, kidnap abduction, and they were twins. He said so. We finally had to catch them. He wasn't in any jail making any spaghetti. Basically said, and I don't remember much, but we were little kids because the movie was made with little kids. And basically said, and we picked a song by our relative who was a rabbi, George Harrison. And so basically said, and the song about when they were caught, what is life without God? That's what it means. They said so, and so with our love. God's got along because he was Jewish, basically, and we're Jewish, basically. So we don't tell that. That's what the song means. And so he was caught in Greece, and he would come one day and said, well, wait a minute, he has dents in his head, like he had like embedded hair follicles, but the next time he comes, there's no dents, but I'm like, well, wait a minute, those are twins. Just like so they use twins, some and triplets, so they could account for where their whereabouts, even though it wasn't true. And so these people would all have like basically been the same, but they were criminal. They were trying to destroy our company, so they knew they could never get it. So they said, so it seems to me, okay, that maybe they all had some other people that are attacking us had something to do with what happened the other day. Because they said, and how they were trying to like get rid of me, and they probably would have made up some fantastic story, like if they had got caught with my dead body, because they'd have made up some fantastic story, or if they hadn't, they'd have made up some lie. Because it's a criminal. So we clean, okay? Because we're dead of diminutions, credit or none. I was top never bottom. I was head never tail, and that's what God has given to us in Mosaic law and promises for being good, and basically it. And one of our Shavuot's coming, and one of our 613 commandments is thou shalt not steal. Because it said, when you steal something, it's like this, like you're stealing, you're hatching somebody else's eggs, but it's adder eggs, and it leaves you in your life when you most expect it. Like the story of the man we told you about that cheated the man with the dates. He charged him too much, gave him little dates, and then the man that was selling that and did that, he went and bought a jug of oil. But on his way back to his stand where he was going to sell it, it broke. So he lost the money that he stole from the person, plus the dates and the jug of oil. So basically, because you're not to be criminal, because God balances in heaven above. And basically said, and we are blessed greatly by our beloved God alone. We're telling you, like when our birthday present, and I was able to buy those things, those stock things, and then Dad's like, where's this, where's that, where we preserve this, like you preserve like the people preserve the first thing they make, basically said. And so because everybody knew, because it was such so exuberant, that it was actually a blessing from God. Creditation better than none, or top never bottom, on his head never the tail. So see, we're God's people, and we're holy, and we know that our God is awesome, and our God gives us everything our God promises to us, and we do as our God says for us to do. And we're Jewish, so we're not that your money comes from God. Said, and that's the only legitimate source, and it stays with you. And basically said, and it stays with you for all eternity. We live for eternity, so we would have to have that always at the top, never bottom, always having the tail, and always remember the needy, because there are other people who need things. That's what it means. So God gave us such a great blessing. And the people get greedy and they try to do things, but they said, and they did terrible things. So did terrible things. I told you some of the things that they had tried to do. Those are criminal, okay, Mr. Sid, and they weren't from here, and they were helping bad people, Mr. Sid. So we just want to let you know too. So, and my beloved King says that the Greek police, when they talked to police here, they told him that I don't like bad things, and how I am, because I said, and what I'll do if I see something bad. And my beloved came out shabby says they think I'm some kind of super police. Because said, we watched a lot of Columbo when we were little kids. Because said, and we just know that we're a king and queen, and we know that we would have to help our people. Because said, so we'd be over our police who would be only good. We only want good people. We're not taking any bad people. Basically said, because we're living for eternity, and that means goodness and happiness. The bird is chirping. He wants to talk to you. Okay, so it's wrong that people think that they should make us miserable. The people are doing bad things. They're not going to be. And that's as simple as that. And Bishop said, so we're different each other too. But we're going to live for eternity. Watch and see. I know that our God keeps his promises to us. So Bishop said, so it's like when I give tzedakah. Bishop said, I was told by our beloved Royal Rothschild's aunt and my adopted mother, because my birth mother was murdered by these people. You see a Teakinos, Bishop said. So and then eventually they hurt Auntie Emma Masika de Rothschild's too. Because she, and everything she thought about was that she was cheated with being with me and helping me, basically, because she became my mother, basically. And so in the place of my birth mother that was murdered, all of our aunts and aunts did that, and to help me, so basically said, and to help us, so basically said, so, and uncle's dad too, except for my mother-in-law and father-in-law, who made me their daughter-in-law, and they were already my blood uncle. So basically, we're just saying that basically it's wrong, and that we don't do bad things, and so we just want you to know that it's wrong to do bad things. We're always the top, never the bottom, always head, never tail. And we always have to help the needy, because there'll always be people who need things among us. So she asked me, when she asked me to, you give tzedakah, you give like a Rothschilds, you give like, and so we funded, I shored up their Social Security department. They were out of money well before I was born. And so we gave tzedakah to help people. And then we had to secure that because we were stealing from people. So we just want to let you know to people give us complaints. And so because we have to have things. If God says we live for eternity, which God does, and always top near bottom, always have your tail, and we have to help people. That means that it's an exuberant amount, and God has showed us all when I bought those things, and God blessed us greatly. Because I told him what I wanted, what I tried to, and the man talked to me, so grown, and it was way more than that. And we told you it was so much that they couldn't count it. So basically said, and there was no numbers left to use, to count. Okay, so now we'll talk to you later. It's PESACH SHENI, and now SHAVUAH TOVE, and try to be careful, safe alert, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can. But we're sure that the people are trying to, it seems like people that are trying to hurt us all and attacking us and telling all those lies, they're the ones that were involved. Whatever happened the other day, because we found 3 people that were in Charles's that took that card of our other bank that we have a numbered, it's a numbered account. And so and it's just a money card. And they were trying to tell lies and trying to start identities and trying to take our things. But so our cards are registered to Rothschild's bank police. So they got caught. So it seemed like they probably when they were given all this trust, and they did all those things the other day, and I saw what I saw with the receipt. Basically, and I thought about it. And basically, that and I sent the email that they were trying to do more bad things and probably trying to carry out what the trust they had given. So we just wanted to mention that. These things come from word on high. There's a part in our Bible that says if you can't figure out, that God would help us to solve, and so solve what happened. Okay, so now try to be careful, safe alert, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can. And Shavua Tov again.